Good afternoon, grade 10, and welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School Grade 10 English Home Language. Good afternoon, grade 10s, and welcome to STEM Lockdown Digital School for English Home Language. Today's topic is on listening and speaking, and the main focus is on writing a speech. I am your presenter, Ms. Nontando Ndubazi. Please welcome and feel free to ask me any questions. Before we start, I'd like to apologize for those of you who were here yesterday. I'd like to apologize for the glitch or technical problem that happened on my side. Thank you so much for understanding. You guys are the best. In future, should something like this happen, I will record the class and then send it to YouTube where you guys can access it. Today's topic is on writing a speech. Who wants to tell me what a speech is? Those of you who were here yesterday, do you guys still remember the definition of a speech? Does anyone want to try and tell me what a definition of a speech is? Letabo, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Letabo, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Okay, so you guys can hear me now. Okay, let's move on to today's lesson. Okay, you guys can hear me now. I'm so sorry about that. Ooh, now Leonhardt has an answer for me. A speech is when you have a topic and you have to create a speech about it, and you must present it in front of people. It usually has to be 2 to 3 minutes long. I could be wrong. Well done, and thank you so much for answering. You are correct. A speech is when you have to present a topic to an audience, and it can be 2 to 3 minutes long, depending on how long you have to make the speech. Well done, well done. Right. Okay, let's get to today's lesson. At the end of the lesson, you will know how to write a speech, the features of a good speech, and the importance of doing your research before writing the speech. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. Writing a speech. Oh, you guys are ready. I'm also very ready. A speech is a formal address which is delivered to an audience. As as a speech is a formal address which is delivered to an audience, or in other words, in front of people. The purpose of a speech is to inform, to give instructions, to persuade, or entertain. Great speeches are often remembered for their stirring words and the manner in which they are delivered. For example, Thabo Mbeki's I Am African and Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream. Okay, before we move forward, here's what to think about. You can do this to check yourself on how comfortable are you with prepared speeches. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to think about this and then we can proceed to our lesson. Number one, I like presenting speeches. Number two, I research my content. Number three, I include my own opinions in the speech. I use speech cards. I practice my speech often before the delivery date. I work on ensuring that my audience enjoys the speech. I am able to maintain eye contact with the audience. I achieve good marks for my prepared speeches. You guys can comment down and tell me if how you feel about the checklist below. Now, Litaba says she doesn't like presenting speeches. Okay, Litaba, but what happens if you have a speech and you have to deliver in front of the class? Okay, let's look at how you write a speech. Number one, you choose the topic. Number two, you research the topic. Number 3, the actual writing down of the speech. And number 4 is delivering the speech. So how do you choose the topic? You look at what you're interested in and fairly knowledgeable on. Will others find it interesting? Can the topic be easily researched and easily explained? Can visuals be used to enhance the presentation? These are all questions that you need to ask yourself when you're choosing a topic for your speech. Please note, try and avoid controversial subjects, matters such as politics, religion, social taboos, etc. Let's look at some example topics. Girls are under more pressure in high school. Number 2, girls must not sell unhealthy foods. Number 3, cyberbullies should be suspended from school. It is important to take notes of the keywords in the topic options given to you, and then select the one that you are most comfortable and the one that you know the most of. Let's look at some of the keywords of the 3 topics. Number 1, you see I highlighted girls in blue. Girls are under more pressure in high school. Now this topic means that the main focus will be on girls and how girls are under more pressure in high school. Number 2, schools must not sell unhealthy foods. Now your focus will be on schools, and then the other focus will be on unhealthy food. Cyberbullies should not be suspended from school. The main focus here is on cyberbullies. Who wants to tell me what a cyberbully is? Who wants to try? Hello, are you guys here? Grade 10s? Right. Yes. Okay. A cyberbully is a form of bullying or harassment using electronic means such as your phones. This can be done through social media. Let's try and find the keywords of the following topics. Peer pressure will help students grow. Parents must not pay kids for good grades. Students do not spend enough time reading books. Number 1. The keywords for topic number 1 would be on peer pressure and on students, which means if you could choose topic 1 when delivering your speech, then your main focus would be on peer pressure and how it affects students. Number 2, parents must not pay kids for good grades. Your focus will be on parents not paying good grades for kids. Number 3, students don't spend enough time reading books. The keyword for number 3's topic is on students not spending enough time reading books. Let's look at how you can research the topic when doing your speech. There are many resources to use in your research. You can use researches, you can use resources such as the dictionary, websites, Wikipedia, or books. Please remember, research is not copying and pasting directly from the internet, which most of you probably do anyway. Researching the topic. Please remember, you need to do as much research as possible and write everything in your own words. In other words, you paraphrase. Please remember, you need to do as much research as possible and write everything in your own words. In other words, you paraphrase. You can also use personal experiences to make the speech more personal and relatable. For example, my mother has taught me that. Let's look at the definition of paraphrasing when you are doing the research of your speech. Paraphrasing is expressing the meaning of something written or spoken, using different words, especially to achieve greater clarity. This is an example. The original text that you probably find online. Any trip to Italy should include a visit to Tuscany to sample the region's exquisite wines. Now, this is how you write it in your own words. Be sure to make time for a Tuscan wine tasting experience when visiting Italy. Writing a speech. Let's look at some of the features of a good speech. A good speech should have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The message should always be interesting and very clear. You need to consider the audience, in other words, the people that you're delivering the speech to. The message should be very clear. Your speech should be free from emotions. You also need to add a bit of informal touch, like using real life experiences. Let's take a look at this speech. Good morning, family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. Well, we did it. We all accomplished one of the major early milestones of our lives, high school graduation. This is a major step in the journey of our lives, one that should be recognized for its immense significance. It is an act not only of personal commitment, but also one of pride. We all worked hard to get to this day, and our work did not go to waste. A high school diploma is a wonderful tool in this world, one that opens many doors of opportunity for anyone who is lucky enough to have one. But graduation is not an end goal in itself. It is instead a part of the larger journey of life. Wherever your future takes you, let it take you somewhere. Life is a journey, and all accomplishments we achieved during its course should be taken as starting points for further achievements. Our graduation should serve as such a launching point, projecting us to wherever our futures are meant to take us. Whether we land, whether we land ourselves a career, take up a trade, or continue our education at a college or vocational technical school. But, but before we can begin to reach for the stars, there is one more personal milestone that we all need to reach. Most people who graduate from high school experience only one graduation, that from high school. But we all have more shortly ahead of us. We've already shown our commitment to personal growth through making it to this ceremony today. But soon, all of us will experience another ceremony when we graduate from our programs. As I said before, life is a journey. We don't stop growing once we get our diplomas. Life is about growing and being in our programs. And being in our programs gives each one of us new opportunities to continue growing and to learn new skills that we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. As we don't have to stop here, this graduation has already shown us how capable we are of accomplishing our goals when we commit ourselves to them. I hope all of us here today can take this personal accomplishment as an example of how anything is truly possible when we put our minds to it. As we all continue on it in our lives, let us take each new problem on with confidence, knowing that we have achieved great heights and are equipped with the necessary tools to tackle our futures. Let's look at some of the ways of how you can deliver your speech. You read the speech out loud, transcribe the speech into cue cards for easier handling. You slot any visuals that will enhance the presentation. Right, I've got an activity for you guys. Choose one of the following topics and write a speech. Topic number one, how our differences make us unique. Number two, life as a team dependent on technology. Number three, should students sometimes teach the class about a subject they are an expert on? Number three, miracles happen on earth. Number four, miracles happen on earth. Number five, the current effects of global warming. Your speech should not exceed 350 words. Remember to reference all the sources that you have used. I'm going to give you a moment to look at the following topics that you can choose for your speech. Okay, I'm going to repeat your activity. Choose one of the following topics and write a speech. Topic number one, how our differences make us unique. Number two, life as a team dependent on technology. Number three, should students sometimes teach the class about a subject they are an expert on? Number four, miracles happen on earth. Number five, the current effects of global warming. Please remember, your speech should not exceed 350 words. Remember all the sources used. Does any one of you have a question about the following topics that I've given you on our speech? Yeah, welcome to ask. Okay, now Katlanyetso is asking what type of speech should this be? Okay, so you guys don't have to worry about delivering this. You're gonna write the speech, you choose a topic, you're gonna write the speech, and then you're gonna email it to me. You choose one of the topics from the following, and then you write a speech on it, and then you're gonna email it to me. Remember, a speech is a formal address to an audience. When writing a speech, choose the topic that you are most knowledgeable on. Remember to do your research. Also, remember that a good speech should have a clear introduction, a body, and conclusion. I repeat, choose the topic that you are most knowledgeable on, do your research, and remember that a good speech should have a clear introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, now Kahlanyetso is asking if you can use Grammarly for your speech, and yes, you are more than welcome to use it. Okay, Kahlanyetso is asking if your speech should be in first person. Remember, when you write a speech, you write it with the purpose of delivering it. So you should write your speech in first person, as in a normal classroom case, you are the one who's most likely going to deliver it. So yes, your speech should be in first person. Is that clear? All right. Okay. Please email me your speech at nontandondubazi@gmail.com. I'm going to give you guys a minute to take down my email. Okay. My email is at nontandondubazi@gmail.com. Okay, we have another question. How many words should your speech be? Your speech should not exceed 350 words. Remember to reference all the sources that you're going to be using in your speech. Okay, grade 10s, please don't forget to email your speech at nontandondubazi@gmail.com. That's it for today's lesson. For more information, contact www.africateamgeeks.co.za or email me at nontandondubazi@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at nontando_. Shout out to you, Kashanyeto. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please participate and email me your speech. I'm looking forward to reading all the ideas. I hope you have the topics down. Thank you, and thank you.